Hey, Harlow. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Running just a little bit late. Sorry. Thank you for being here, as always. Thank you guys for coming. Happy Wednesday. What y'all got going on this evening? The rain has finally stopped over here. Come on in, you guys. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. Hey, Alberta. If not, don't forget to hit the like button. It's a free way to support the channel. Got a few things to talk. We will not be on here long tonight at all. I've got to go get my grandson, so we're not going to be here long. I've got to be on time getting him. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to give people just a few more minutes to get in here. We're going to start the conversation so we can make sure we cover. So the other topics that we usually cover, like just random topics, we'll cover those tomorrow. But tonight we're just going to jump right into Diddy. It's about Diddy tonight, Sean Combs tonight. And I hope that you guys will join in on the conversation. Tell me what your opinions are. Tomorrow's a big day. Tomorrow's a big day. I'm going to give people about 30 more seconds, and then we'll just jump right in the conversation. Saturday, another road trip, so I'll probably go live some point Saturday during the day, so y'all can ride along with me. Hopefully by the time Saturday night comes around, I'll be stable where I can do a full live, but we'll see what happens on Saturday. All right, so you guys, the link is in the chat if you want to come in. Just know this wig is tired. This wig is tired. It's time to let it go. We're going to get there though. But the link is in the chat. And you can hit the link. Come on up with me. Let's have this conversation together. If you guys have been following Sean Combs, P. Diddy, hey, right. If you've been following the story at all, I would love to hear from you guys. The first topic of conversation is going to be about his mom. So we've just gotten word earlier today that the lawsuit against Sean Combs' mother, Janice Combs, it has been dismissed. There was a $300 million lawsuit against her, the record company, and a couple of other people. And today it has gotten dismissed. So she is clear of those charges. But if you guys remember, she came out and said, I don't have nothing to do with nothing crooked. Don't put me in that mess. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Well, it's finally over for her. She did get a win today. So again, the charges are dismissed on Janice Combs. They were saying that she was holding something about the funds, financial piece of it. But the judge was just simply saying, like, whoever was filing this lawsuit against her, the judge said that they just didn't have enough information. Like, you're not giving me enough to even try this case. So basically, we're going to throw this case out. It's a wrap. So Janice Combs is in the free and clear of this particular case. As I said before, if you're just getting in here, we're not going to be here very long at all tonight. I do have to run, but I want to get to this. Tomorrow, we will be in the courtroom via Inner City Press. So we will be covering tomorrow's court. I believe Sean will be in court tomorrow. And I'm just ready to see it because I want to know if my assumptions were correct, or if not, we'll see. But we'll get to see tomorrow if they're gonna overturn this guilty plea. And it doesn't look like it. In other news, not only does he have a big court date tomorrow, depending really on what tomorrow brings, he will have next week his court date. I think it's next week. Yeah. His court date is going to be next Friday. A week from Friday, Diddy will know his fate. He will know his fate. He will know what he's going to be sentenced to. Now, the probation and parole has submitted to request 5 to 7 years. So the prison system is set up on a point system, right? So he didn't get any points because this is his first offense. But with the charges, there were a few that added up to 5 to 7 years when it comes to probation and parole, and how they make a decision or submit what they're offering that would be. And then so probation parole is offering 5 to 7. Prosecution said they're going for more than that, probably 10, because it's 10 for each charge, but they can run that concurrent. But at the end of the day, it's all left up to the judge to see what he's going to do. They say that whenever it's something like that, they go by the point system. And so say probation parole is saying 5 to 7 years, right? So the judge will go somewhere kind of in the middle of that, and not the lesser, not the greater, but somewhere in the middle. But again, this is Judge Subramanian, and we don't know what he's going to do. He could say time served. He could go and come in there and say time served, and none of us should be shocked about that if he was to do that. But again, that remains to be seen. I don't think that would happen. Other Diddy news, Deontay Nash. So if you guys don't know who he is, Deontay Nash was Cassie's former stylist. So he worked with Cassie and, of course, Diddy for years upon years. And what he's claiming is he has come out and filed a lawsuit against Sean as of today, just before tomorrow's court date, just before. Hey, Deborah, welcome. Thank you for coming back. So glad to have you. He filed this lawsuit today, just right before court tomorrow, right before sentencing on the 3rd. But at the end of the day, I just think, yeah. This is funny. This is so funny, Harlem. So funny. We'll talk about that in a minute. So listen, this is going to be the story of his life, whether he's inside, whether he's out. There are a lot of pending lawsuits against him. Lil Rod's is coming up in October, I believe, or November. You got the Anna Kane, is that her name? We got that lawsuit that's coming up. We now got this new one from Deontay Nash. So this is going to be an ongoing thing for him, whether he's on the inside or the out. What his family is just saying that if he has to go through these things, can we just have him out here so that he can do these things correctly, so he can take care of his legalities on the outside. So people ask, why would Deontay wait till now to come out and file a lawsuit against Diddy? The lawsuit consists of SA. The lawsuit consists of horrible working conditions, abuse. Allegedly, all this is alleged that he's filing the lawsuit for, holding him against his will. In that lawsuit, it talks about how Diddy cornered him and would pinch his breast, would tell him he needs to go slang D, his D, would pinch him on his bottom, took his hand and allegedly took Deontay's hand and placed Deontay's hand on himself down there, and then started laughing and sticking his tongue out at him. It was really detailed and gross. what he is telling. He talks about how he would be in the same room with Cassie. Hey, Beauty, it's me. Hey, Alberta. Hey, Harlem. Hey, Deborah. Hey, Ryan. Hey, everybody. If I have not spoken to you guys, I'm sorry about that, but hey, and also hit the like button so that we can keep the likes up. He talks about how Deontay talks about how he would be in rooms with Diddy and Cassie, and how he would just be brutalizing Cassie, and every time he would try to help, he would get beat up. But he stayed until 2018. He said in 2018, he was so scared of Diddy. Diddy had him so scared of him, allegedly. And he said that every time that they thought that he would get beat up, but he said that he left in 2018 and he was still scared to even go outside. That's how scared he was. He said, but he didn't want to come to court and testify against Sean because he was scared to do that. But we talked about this earlier. He was subpoenaed. So he had to go to court. He didn't have a choice. He had to show up at court and testify. He said, but it was something about going to court and testifying against Sean that gave him the encouragement, or gave him, the will to just come out with his lawsuit. So he said still in 2018, still in 2019, like he was still getting threats. And he was just scared for his life. But now he's going to move forward with it. And he has filed the lawsuit. So again, that's Deontay Nash, who is Cassie's former stylist and worked for Diddy as well. So now, speaking of Diddy, as we know, there were letters that were written as character letters for P. Diddy in his defense, helping him to painting a picture for the judge and whoever reads these letters, painting a picture that he is this family man, that he goes out in his community and he helps other people, that despite what you hear about him, here's the real him behind the scenes. But if you guys remember, when all along Diddy has been periodically saying that he's scared for his life in prison, particularly after he beat the RICO and went back, he said they were clapping for him, right? And then he started saying he's scared for his life, scared something might happen to him, like these people are against him in there. But now all of a sudden, 2 character letters come up to the judge from inmates about Diddy's character, about him creating these classes that they took the class that Diddy is offering people in prison, and how this is a great man and all these good things. But yet Diddy is saying that he's scared for his life. So are you scared for your life, or are you creating classes and teaching people classes how to be better people? I don't know. Let's see what the chat is saying. So Wright says, so it's up front and eyes on it, so it doesn't fall through the cracks like all the other cases that were dropped. Yep. So that's pretty much, I feel like all of these civil cases are just that, and they're not getting any leeway. They're shutting them down. I don't know how hard or not it's going to be to shut down Little Rod, because they did shut down some of Little Rod's, but they kept some. He was still able to move forward with some of his. So I'm not sure just exactly how that's going to look, but all of these lawsuits are coming down the pipe, and that's just going to be the story of his life, to go fight civil lawsuits. I don't see anything criminal coming down the pipe yet, that that's new that he's facing outside of this yet. We don't know. That may happen. So thank you, Alberta, for saying that. Thank you to all my mods that are here. You guys are amazing people. And I appreciate everything that you guys do. So if you're here, if you're new, subscribe to the channel. If you're not new and you've been here, please hit the like. Keep us in the algorithm. Keep us growing. Keep us going. It's a free way to support the channel. Again, thank y'all for being here. Let's see. Let's go down to the new comments. Harlem says, a lot of cases were dismissed because they filed as John Doe. Jane and John Doe, and they didn't want to refile under their real name, but it's still a lot out there open. Yeah, there's still a lot that are pending. And as I said, that's just going to be the story of his life to try to fight these cases. We don't want anybody to be sad or scared for their lives. It's awful. Exactly. But that was the life, Deborah, that they had lived. If they worked for him, allegedly, this is what his employees are saying, that it was hell, excuse my language, to work for him. And he scared them and he threatened their families, allegedly. And they were scared. And so Deontay was like, look, I'm scared for my life. Even after not working for him, I'm still scared for my life. So it's a lot of that, Deborah, going on. Classes, easiest way to get the favor from the judge. Yeah, so he's doing classes now. And we have specifically what the classes are. Give me a second. I'll tell you what classes he created so he can help other people in prison to be better people. Hold on. I will tell you. It is called the classes are called Free Game. They're called Free Game. And let me just get these over here so we can look at what he created. And we'll share that. So yeah, I was like, all right. He's trying to, he said this whole time, which anybody would. Hey, Montana, which anybody would, right? They he sit there and he's like, okay, what? Hey, Bad Bunny. The Free Game. They tell Sean or Puff, whatever y'all call him, that he should be figuring out things that look good when he goes to court. Right? Whether his intention is right, good, or indifferent, he's trying to figure out things that will make him look good in front of the judge. I'm doing this, this, and this. I'm even helping people inside of prison. Right? I done created this class called Free Game, and I'm giving them free game. I'm giving them what they need to make it, to be better, to get out there and do and build businesses and become all that. So that's what they tell him, make sure that you're doing things that make you look good in front of the judge. Anyone would do that, would do the classes. Don't mean he's changed. Exactly. That's what, and that's why I emphasize do it to look good in front of the judge so that they can so that it can have an effect on how the judge will sentence you, or how the judge will handle you. Whether you mean it, whether you don't mean it, whatever your motive is, okay, because the real motive is, again, to look good in front of the judge so the judge can let you out. That's the real motive. That's the real motive of the character letters as well. So let's see if I got that over here so we can look at the classes and all of that. Hey, Bad Bunny. Hey, everybody. Montana. Everybody. Montana says, but the judge know that's game and he's running. Then people ain't going for it. Right. Then people ain't going for that. And that's what I feel. That's where I'm at, Montana. Like, I feel like he can do whatever he think is right. And that's what he's supposed to do to stand up for himself and to do things that might help him. But I feel like, first of all, these people are upset because he didn't get that he beat the RICO charge. They're mad about that. Second of all, they went through and they've seen all the evidence that was kind of ignored and found him not guilty on those charges, but it felt like they got to charge him with something, right? And so they're looking at all of that. They're not just taking one thing into consideration. They're taking everything into consideration, even the video with Cassie, even their testimonies. And so they're not going to forget that. And that's what they're going to base it off of. And I think that stuff outweighs the character letters and the classes that he's created and all of that stuff. Right. So all of a sudden you want to do it just because you were in jail and you want to get out. Judge already knows that. That's what people do. That's what people do. If you said that when you were out, because he said when he was out, he went in and he was reformed and he was getting help and all this stuff. Where were the classes when you was out there before you got picked up? Where was the reformation whenever you were out? Why didn't you actually get into those classes? Something happened and you didn't get in before you was arrested, but you was trying. It's a lot. It's a lot that goes with that. The date on that form is 9/2, so he just started about 3 weeks ago. Let's see if we can pull this up. Let's see if we got it in here, because we're definitely going to share it. Let me refresh my screen. There it is. Let's see if we can share. All right, so there's the 4 attachments here. Let me share. I didn't share my screen. He was going to have a party the day he was picked up, allegedly. Oh, they already had, listen, when they picked him up, he had the stuff he was going to party with in the room that the same stuff that he throw freak offs with was in that room, even there to turn himself in whenever he was going to turn himself in before they picked him up. He still, Jane Doe told you she was on her way out there, but they picked him up. She was on her way out there for a freak off. Be honest, I'm shocked. The judge is keeping him in jail this long. Repeat the wrong time to get sentenced, because you know they're going to hold him accountable just because Charlie that's a good point. That's a good point. Didn't even take that into consideration. Yeah, Deborah. So it's a lot. It's a lot. And then one thing or the other is not going to help you. Like, this should have been life-changing stuff. So anyway, let me get back to sharing. All right, so it should be up there or coming up there. This is the first attachment that we have. It says, Dear Judge Subramaniam, we write this court to supplement our sentencing submission with letters from person incarcerated and MDC Brooklyn who have taken Mr. Combs's free game course, as well as additional letters of support we have recently received, Exhibit 72, additional letters of support. We have also attached the evaluation by the unit counselor of the course at MDC and the curriculum, Exhibit 73, MDC course evaluation and curriculum. Notably, the evaluation acknowledges Mr. Combs as a tutor, gives him the highest possible rating, and concludes with excellent class, keep up the good work. Furthermore, as stated in our sentencing memorandum, the course has had a substantial impact on fellow inmates. Because of this class, I have purpose, something to look forward to every day, Exhibit 74. Next one says, he has showed us that it is the little adjustments in our everyday lives that add up to a big change. The little adjustments add big change. Mr. Combs class is about setting up realistic goals and where we plan on how we are going to achieve and complete these goals on a weekly basis. We review our progress or our stages of our objective. I need my glasses. I can't see nothing. My life testimony is how positive Mr. Combs teaches us about how chasing the easy money is the wrong way to achieve greatness. He has shown me that it is never too late to start nor is it ever too late to achieve your dreams. Every day was motivated. Everybody was motivated for the lessons the class provided. In my case, particularly, it has had very much impact. It has had very much impact. Okay. So basically, these are all the inmates that are saying what kind of impact this free game class has showed them. So that's what that first paper is about. The first letter is about trying to show Judge Subramaniam that he's doing something great and he's making an impact on people's lives. Oh, wow. This is another letter from one of the inmates. And it says, Dear Honorable Judge Subramaniam, can y'all see that? Let me make sure y'all got that on here because I can't see your, yeah. This was a handwritten one. Dear Judge, Honorable Judge Subramaniam, good day. I hope this letter meets you in good spirits. My name is Charles Scruggs. I am a former inmate at MDC Brooklyn, where I had gotten the opportunity to meet Sean Combs. I am honored to say he is a respectable human being. Mr. Combs has shown myself and the guys in the unit this very remorseful Mr. Combs also has shown great leadership where everyone in the unit stuck together. He has shown why he became the superstar and mogul he's known to be today. While I was serving my violation in MDC Brooklyn, Mr. Combs was working just as intently to reform himself and others, identifying his flaws as well as his good. Your Honor, I must say, I was raised without a father, so I wasn't able to receive the proper guidance as the child should have growing up. Mr. Combs loaned me an ear and time on multiple occasions as a father figure, giving me ideas and knowledge to keep me from coming back to jail. Mr. Combs also gave his open arms to the guys in the unit who were less fortunate. Me being a person who's been around multiple famous people while incarcerated. I don't know, it went away. That was it. That's all that one had. And then this one says, my name is Wellington State. I'm from Dominican Republic. I am currently incarcerated in MDC Brooklyn in the Unit 4 South since 2023, where I got to meet Mr. Combs when he got to this unit. In the time we have spent and shared together, I can honestly say that he is a great person who's respectful and willing to always help those in need, collaborating with his time, advice, and presence. Mr. Combs, from his own initiatives, organized and started to give classes that are motivational, where the whole unit as one participates. They are classes that in personal aspect have caused a great impact in my life. It has helped me reflect on my own life and shown me that it's never too late to change. Mr. Combs' class is about setting up realistic goals and where we plan on are we going to achieve and complete these goals on a weekly basis. We review our progress on our stages. Okay, that's the same thing. So I could think that's the same letter that we already read. And then right here is what the counselor wrote. Excellent class, keep up the good work. So here's the copy of what the review was. Quality of work, quantity of work, initiatives, outstanding, interest, ability to learn, need for supervision, dependability, safety, care of equipment. And Sean Combs signed it on 9/2/2025. So when did the classes start? How long are the classes? Because that was just September the 2nd, to Harlem's Point. So there you have it. Like he's giving them some good advice. Yeah, we already said that. Not believing it at all. Signed by Sean Combs, 9/2/2025. That's what it is. That's what it is, right? So pretty much, he has basically, see, they only know the Sean that is incarcerated, that is, like you said, desperate to get out. So of course, that's the side you're going to see of him. The judge seems to be on a mission against Sean, but we'll see. So if you didn't follow it, Deborah, if you didn't see the whole trial, this judge was a real fair judge for both sides. He didn't pick sides one way or the other. So that's why it's very hard to determine what he's going to do, because he was never that judge that was against or for Sean, or against or for the prosecution. He was dead set in the middle. He was dead by the book, by the rules, by the policy. And that's how he conducted his courtroom. So we can't say that he was on a mission against Sean at all, because I feel like also if he was on a mission against Sean, Sean probably wouldn't have beat the RICO charges if that was the case. He was a really, really fair judge during the entire trial. So that's why we don't know what he's going to say tomorrow. We don't know what he's going to say on the 3rd, but I just feel like because he's a judge that is by the book, then he probably won't change anything tomorrow, and he will move forward with sentencing, and he won't get time served. And those are just my opinions. So that's just what we know, Deborah, from being there and seeing how he conducted himself. Harlem says those line sitters gonna make some good money next week. Yep. Just to make the extra money. Yep. They're gonna be there at 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning the day before. Yeah. So basically, that's really what I wanted to come and talk about. I told you I had to leave early tonight, but and just kind of talk about these classes and the things that are going on that he is hoping that will push the judge towards his favor for him. But we just don't know. We just don't know. Majority people are saying that he's not going to get time served. Majority thinks that. But majority really thought that he was going to get out that day too, and he didn't. So we'll see. Anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about tonight. You guys pay attention tomorrow, because we will be on here until the end, from the beginning to the end, keeping you guys updated on what's going on inside the courtroom tomorrow. And of course, coming live to talk about the outcome of tomorrow. So yeah. Yeah, in those lines, they were fighting, they were pushing, they were cutting, but them line sitters was making their bag. They was in their bag. They were getting paid. But I just can't see me going out there at 2 o'clock in the morning, sitting out there till it's time to go inside. Okay. They make good money though. Oh, they make good money. They make the money. And they can't wait. They probably out there right now. They are probably out there right now. Because what time is it? It's 10 o'clock in New York. We'll see. 10:14 in New York. All right, you guys. So anyway, we'll be back tomorrow during the day to tell you guys or give you guys updates. We'll be back tomorrow night for our live. Thank you for being here. I do have to go. I got my grandson to get, and I gotta be there to get my baby. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye. Good night. Thank you for being here.